Well, hello and welcome to you all on this opening day. Two teams, each seeking the perfect pick-me-up start at the expense of each other. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. We are just getting started. Giorgio Chiellini, Jim. Now there is a defender who loves to defend.
Yeah, and he's a very capable one too. I mean, this guy is all about courage, physicality, athleticism, about as hard as they come. Although I personally like to see him paired up with some ball-playing defenders. His distribution is decent, but you want him to focus on the main task, which is defending, and that he loves.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Caicedo stood up well to him there. Neymar! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Szoboszlai, Yamal. That's Valverde. Oh, shooting chance! And again! He's delivered all right! He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Number 21, Yamal!
So, a breakthrough already. Alexander-Arnold. Van Dijk. Alexander-Arnold. That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Neymar. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. He's shifting through the... He's having a shot! First quarter of an hour gone. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Van Dijk. Good running, strong and purposeful. Kökçü. Oh, good-looking ball.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Osimhen. Lovely, now then. Alexander-Arnold showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Kökçü is always looking to break lines, and that could set him on his way. He's in one-on-one.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Osimhen. Chance here to counter. Nicely weighted ball. And it's Neymar. Akanji kept his eye on it, and he's there. And the pass is intercepted. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Johor Darul Tazim really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now.
Goes for a shot! And yes, it's there! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
That's been cut out, well played. Azar can so cleverly bypass the press. And this is Ronaldo. Decent chance! And he couldn't finish.
Cristiano Ronaldo has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
And we have our very first corner. He'll try from distance! Oh, belter! About as smooth as it gets! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Hussein demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Tazim find a position of real strength now.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Johor Darul Tazim are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Alexander-Arnold did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Van Dijk. Now he's off and running. Not the most accurate pass. And here's Neymar. Spread neatly. Nice control. Another chance from a corner. It's their second corner of the game. He's rising! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Johor Darul Tazim have their third corner. And he's taking no chances there. Johor Darul Tazim are looking to go forward now. It's Azar! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
Robertson. Caicedo. Valverde. Looking to play him in. Yamal picks it. A header! He will be livid with himself.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Caicedo. Aimed beyond the defence. And that is the end of the first half. Well, I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kick-off. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
And now, please turn towards the screen for a special presentation featuring our guest performers today. Substitution on the field.
So we're off again.
Cristiano
Johor
Ronaldo.
Darul Tazim come out for this second half with a different lineup. The manager has made a big call here.
Number 5.
Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. And here's Foden. Fajoli. No way through. Halim. Johor Tazim, different to some extent this half. And he shoots! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. This day becomes absolutely perfect, utterly ideal. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. He's being urged to shoot. Caicedo. Johor Tazim can breathe again. He's had a shot! Keeper always had the measure of that.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Johor Tazim get their fourth corner. And the keeper beats it away. Some resolute defending there. Johor Tazim have the chance to go the other way. And he's managed to get free. He's found some space. Alexander on. Shapes to shoot! Osimhen! And now a sudden chance to counter. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Now this could be a chance. And the finish! Loose ball now, and has another goal! He's got a goal! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Johor Tazim are having a ball here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Soboslai! It's hit the upright. And he seemed certain to get the sixth.
Good piece of opportunism there, but wasn't able to turn it home in the end.
Osimhen going after that. Comes under pressure and it's come loose. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Yamal. Soboslai has it in a wide position. And the keeper gets his hands on it.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Johor Tazim perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Out of play for a throw. Valverde. Oh, that is a nice touch. Robertson did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Akanji. Robertson. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And it's Fascioli. And it's Robertson. Now he's got space here. Foden is wide and looking to get onto this. Well, that is one way to stop him. And he has been fouled there.
Substitution on the field. Number 21.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
Alexander-Arnold taking charge of the dead ball. So the perfect chance to get one back. Some save from Khan. Oh, denied at the last. Corner number 2 then. Chiellini with the clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. Mbappe gets on his bike and on the move. Now it's Mbappe. Just the keeper in his way. Just eases him off the ball. He's going for goal! Kukçu is fouled. And that's going to be a booking.
Substitution on the field. Number 13.
Soboslai ready to try one. An opportunity then to pull clear here. Soboslai! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Akanji producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Mbappe knocks it into space. Pinches it off him. Could move up a gear here.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
It's Tahani!
4 added minutes has been indicated.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Howson promptly onto that, and that is that. 4 extra minutes added on. Bruno Fernandes. And Robertson. Foden. No, that's been intercepted. Looking for the run.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Donnarumma deals with that. Nice. And time is up. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. Your reflections then? Well, this is a critical game, a chance for the perfect statement to any potential rival that you are aiming higher at their expense. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you have just joined, you have just missed. He's had a shot! And he's done it! An extraordinary start! Breakthrough in next to no time!
The perfect show of intent. Great purpose, great industry, and great confidence.
We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
That great chance! And he has his goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
So they have it all to do again.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the...
Tries a shot! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Haaland certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Luis Alberto. Passing is crisp and sharp. And the shot! And no mistake! And they get themselves in front! More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
Birmingham Legion with the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Fagioli. He won't be happy with that one. Rashica. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Sergio Roberto.
Johor Darul Tazim are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best.
Oh no, what has happened here? Cross from Musiala. Towering header! Oh no, it's an own goal!
I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Fagioli. Shifted it to the flank. Now it's Rashica. Rashica crosses it in. That's a decent clearance. Luis Alberto. Now it's Lewandowski. And here's the chance to counter. Now it's Lewandowski. Oh, nicely intercepted. Saka. That is good alertness. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. That's going wide left. Now it's Rashica. Nicely shaped ball. Lewandowski wants to run onto this. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Di Lorenzo. Now, what about a counter-attack? Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Osimhen going after that. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Rashica puts them all in. Alisson deals with that nice and simple. And this is Lewandowski. He's given the time to pick a pass. Saka kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Rashica. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Caicedo. Nicely spread. Saka. Luis Alberto. Oh, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati delivers. Sergio Roberto does really well to win the ball there.
There will be 3 minutes at a
And it's
time.
been played through. And that is out of play. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Romagnoli. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Substitution on the field. Number 15. Number 5.
So let's get the ball rolling.
Fagioli. Number
I think it'll be
45.
fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach
Coming
here.
on the field,
They have to go for it and try and pull
9,
one back, but
Messi.
they also have to be aware
Number
that going 3
14,
down will probably seal their fate.
Decent
Number
chance!
23. Mbappe.
Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Birmingham Legion with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that has been knocked clear. Sergio Roberto proves too strong. Johor Darul Tazim are looking to go forward now. Looking for the run. Floated through. Mbappe is onto this. And he's there to clear it. Johor Darul Tazim come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Now it's Lewandowski. Caicedo. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Searching pass he's played there. Out of play for a goal kick.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Distributed tidily. Caicedo. Foden. Musiala. And the pass is intercepted. 60 minutes played. Luis Alberto. And he was quick to react. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Johor Darul Tazim still have the cards to affect this game. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Akanji. And Robertson. Luis Alberto did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Di Lorenzo tries to play it through. And here comes the corner.
Substitutions taking place.
Corner number 2 then. Deftly away. He's having a hit! Not a bad try by any means.
Sergio Roberto has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Great vision. Donnarumma gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
Substitution in progress.
Birmingham Legion have opted to make another change here. Saka. This is a promising build-up. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Messi. Saka. Just about up to 75 minutes. Luis Alberto. Oh, he's found support out wide. Alexander-Arnold cuts out the pass. Bruno Fernandes. Great defending, strong and determined. Well-timed, excellent interception. Oh, he's been caught napping! And it's slung out wide. Now it's Messi. Caicedo. Now it's Osimhen. Oh, that's well done, really robust. He's in plenty of space here. Caicedo. Rudiger calmly anticipates. Bruno Fernandes. Valverde. Now it's Osimhen. Luis Alberto. And here's Lewandowski. Threads one in. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Sergio Roberto has it in a wide position. And that has been knocked clear. Delivers the ball. He's having a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Birmingham Legion have their third corner. And he shoots! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Foden can get it clear. Valverde.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Mbappe. He's a sharp little ball here. He's had it taken off him. And it's been hooked away. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Well, the next couple of hours or so will be critical in deciding
Hello,
their
everybody,
ultimate
and
fate.
welcome to today's
Having made
match.
their intentions clear at the start of all this, now they have the chance to make it happen. It is all eyes forward and full steam ahead. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's down to business here. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Chance for a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Chouameni. Here's Ndombele. Mbappe. Van Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Chouameni makes the interception. The most accurate pass. And it's Tomiyasu. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Fagioli. Foden. That's a good foray he's making. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, good ball! Osimhen unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, this looks sharp. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Ndombele. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Bruno Fernandes. Whistle's gone, that's foul. And here's Osimhen. He's looking wide, in towards the back stick. And it's claimed by the keeper. Rabiot. And it's Tomiyasu. Ziyech is in a really good position out wide. He's found the way through. And reclaimed it in a trice. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
And he's intervened well there. Nicked it back promptly. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Mbappe. Now this could be a chance. It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. Johor Darul Tazim could not have chosen a worse moment. So this to break the deadlock. 1-0, just one winner. Not a twitch, not a blink.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Nice physical challenge. So, what can they make of this? Tomiyasu. In towards the back stick. And that has been knocked clear. Caicedo. That's an imaginative pass. Rashica, he's picked his way through. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Johor, he's given it away. Vissel Kobe do have a chance to counter here. That's a sharp pass. Fagioli. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Rabiot. Chouameni. And here's Lewandowski. To Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Osimhen. Spread it left. Rashica. Chips it through.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Knocks it into space. Hernandez finding himself in space. Takes aim and crosses. Vissel Kobe with the corner. There first. Here's the header! No, just not quite.
There will be 1 minute
Beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Foden, it's a searching pass. Well, played right into his path. He has found a way through. Osimhen! And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. Johor Darul Tazim are still behind by 1, despite having a golden opportunity to equalise.
Security staff for each block.
That just about
Please
sorts out
report to
the
staff
first
room
45
immediately.
minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Substitution on the field. Number 45.
So off we go again.
Number 15.
It's not easy being down
Coming
in
on the
situations
field,
like this. I
number
know it's an
23,
overused term, but you really have to play
Number
with courage.
6,
Be brave,
Son
and
Heung-min.
let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Alexander-Arnold has been shown a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm. Akanji attempts a clearance. And it's Lewandowski. That's an untidy challenge, free kick given. And no surprise, that's a booking. That was travelling. Johor Darul Tazim come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Great defending, strong and determined. And no, that was never going to make it. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Marquinhos concedes a free kick for that. Akanji. Caicedo. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Nicely weighted ball. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. He's got away. Can he finish? And they win it back again. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. This looks like a more than decent chance to strike. An opportunity then to pull clear here. And the ball's come loose here. And it's Chouameni. Tries one from range. That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
It's their second corner of the game. Donnarumma gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Johor Darul Tazim have the chance to go the other way. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Johor Darul Tazim still this single goal behind. Nice looking ball. Dink through. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent...
Tries a shot! All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. And he could not have picked a worse time to give one away.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
This for genuine comfort. Not much more than a formality.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Mbappe. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
Rabiot gathers from the goal kick. And here's Lewandowski. He's had it taken off him. Fagioli. That's a lovely, neat pass. Looking for options for movement. Chouameni is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Akanji wins the duel this time. And here's Lewandowski.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Substitution.
Johor Darul Tazim do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Donnarumma. Donnarumma sends that a long way. Caicedo. Referee's given a throw. And it's lofted through here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That has not gone well. Oh, that's fabulous. Delivery from Mbappe. Rudiger did well to stay calm there. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Bruno Fernandes was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Played into the towering header. Relentless. Just relentless. Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? think the boss won't be amused.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Vissel Kobe find a position of real strength now. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Vissel Kobe clearly should have gone for the easier pass.
Oh no, what has happened here? Looking for the run. Look at the space here. He's had a shot! And no mistake. His utter joy. He engages with absolute happiness. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Clinical, just clinical. That could spell trouble. He is through here. Lewandowski, always got a sight of goal. Son Heung-min. Now it's Mbappe. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Van Dijk.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Distributed tidily.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. So where will he go? Well, would you believe that?
A cool head was needed there, and we got anything but.
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Mbappe. Mbappe making good progress. Partey providing an outlet on that flank. Donnarumma claims comfortably. Now it's Messi. Passing is crisp and sharp. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. This might spell danger. Isco. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Johor Darul Tazim have very little in the way of excuses here. Simply... Well, this is a critical game. A chance for
Hello,
the
everybody,
perfect
and
statement to
welcome to
any
today's
potential
match.
rival that you are aiming higher at their expense. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So we're very much on the way now. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and his... Oh no, what has happened here? And this is Messi. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Oh, that's a very... Valverde! That has not gone well. And here's for... Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
Oh, he's been caught napping! And it's Camavinga. And this is Messi. Now this could be a chance. Well, that is one way to stop him. Valverde. And this is Messi. Some really good ball movement. Nicked it back promptly. He's picked his... And Messi! And the finish! And one more try! And a goal! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Selangor have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Caicedo. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, that's well spotted. And he's managed to get free. Good ball, good take. Can he finish? Mikel Oyarzabal.
Johor Darul Tazim are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Fagioli. That's a good ball out wide. Rashica will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Rashica, well, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Son Heung-min threads one in. Son Heung-min looking to receive it in space. Out of play for a throw. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. He's shifting through the gears here. Delivers with whip. Donnarumma claims it without any fuss. Son Heung-min. Now it's Foden. Stood up well to him there. Half an hour played now. Needs the return pass. Robertson. And it's Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min. Here's Oyarzabal. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Mikel Oyarzabal is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
It'll be a throw-in. Fagioli. Foot in. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Foden.
Johor Darul Tazim certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Valverde unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. He's found a way through. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, great defending, that needed doing. Pass somewhat off target. Son Heung-min. Mikel Oyarzabal.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Can he get onto this? Valverde has it out wide and in space. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Osimhen. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. And the counter is on. There's a sharp little ball here. There's a no-nonsense tackle.
Added time.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Now it's Oyarzabal. And he's intervened well there. That's the end of the first 45. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Johor Darul Tazim unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
During the match.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Now it's Son Heung-min.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Oh, well, that is not a great touch.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
Fagioli. Time and again they are repelled. Rashica. Nicely shaped ball. That's a little off target. Now it's Osimhen. Looking to play him in. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Tries a shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
And it's Messi. That's going wide left. Son Heung-min in acres of space out wide. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And he gets rid in a hurry. Now there's a fine... Valverde! And that's a good finish. A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel.
Substitution.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Selangor are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Johor Darul Tazim do have options available on the bench if they... Mbappe! We've got a goal! Any deeper thoughts about that goal?
I love the technique in that finish. There was a concentration to keep it down.
When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that fate.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
just 1 in it now.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Valverde. Now it's Oyarzabal. Bruno Fernandes. For Rashica. That's good vision. Donnarumma gets it away.
Johor Darul Tazim really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Shapes to shoot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And that's a good ball. Look at the space here. Valverde. Caicedo. Rashica picks it up out wide. That's a shade optimistic. Oyarzabal chasing after it. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, he's bustling through here. Real chance! Oh, he's been caught on it. Chance! Oh, good finish. His position was perfect. The invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Selangor go up by 2 and are looking good.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Coming on the field is number 20, Kane.
Shoots! That's a sharp pass.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Spread it left. He's in plenty of space here. Brilliantly cut out. Kane. Valverde. Now it's Messi. Caicedo. Engages and forces him off the ball. Son Heung-min. And here's Kane. Akanji receives it in a good position here. Oh, well played, well played. He is through here. It's Kane! Oh, this looks sharp. And he's been shifted off it.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
And it's Hakimi. And here's Kane. Now it's Son Heung-min. Skillfully cut out. He is so... Goes for a shot! And they can counter here. And that will be the final act. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer.
Take this opportunity to pay a visit to our
Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to take, but these players have got what it takes to come back from this.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So the gloves are off, Jim.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
So, Jim, would you say that this formation has become the norm in recent years?
Yeah, I think it's one that places the emphasis on your centre forward, not just holding the ball up or finishing, but all the movement that happens around him, outside and inside the box. And he has to link up with that midfield and bring everybody into play, which ensures a more cohesive system.
We're underway.
There is Franck Ribéry, just a smashing player, Jim.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see an awful lot of him out on the wing here, Peter. He'll inject an awful lot of energy and pace into this team's attack, but he's also got an eye for a killer ball. That's why he's racked up so many assists at club level.
Yeah, double figures every season is the norm for him. Great numbers.
Yeah, can't argue with stats like that.
Rashica. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Just eases him off the ball. Alexander-Arnold concedes a free kick for that. And that's gone loose. He's going for goal! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target.
He's getting an earful from his teammates, so we can assume he knows why.
Alexander-Arnold makes the interception. Robertson. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here.
And that is headed for the middle. First quarter of an hour gone. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Donnarumma deals with that nice and simple. Johor Darul Tazim still without a single shot on target. And he's there to clear it. Great vision. Son Heung-min.
This is the time you need that pace.
Oh, played through for the wide man. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Rashica. Now it's Foden. And a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
And it's hoisted clear. And it's Ribéry. Ribéry! They've got to be quick to recover this. And again, he is at his elastic best.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Selangor are looking to go forward now. Now it's Rashica. Nicely shaped ball. Defending of the desperate variety. Alexander-Arnold plays it in. And that should get the job done. Ribéry. Oh, this is a great position. Now there's a fine... And he shoots!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Halim. Can he get on the end of this? Now this could be a chance.
Selangor always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
Now that looks a decent ball.
Real chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Nil-nil, but nevertheless a very decent game. Comes under pressure and it's come loose. Now he's got space here. Well-timed, excellent interception. Oh, there's a probing ball. Could move up a gear here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Played through into space.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Oh, great leap! And he's found the net! And that for him is goal number 10. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
So, third quarter of the game.
Substitution.
Johor Darul Tazim making some potentially decisive changes. They weren't waiting around. Johor Darul Tazim leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. And the score is 1-0.
2 added minutes has been
Now it's
indicated.
Foden. And here's the chance to counter. Line. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And the whistle goes for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well,
So
this
that
is
was
when
the
you
first
need your
half.
players to step up,
We
Peter,
believe the
be
boys can
brave,
turn
see
it
all that
around.
courage. They
Of
need
course
to
they will.
have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Johor Darul Tazim can look back at a decent first half. 1-0 the score.
Everyone, please welcome the two sides.
Away we go again. Johor Darul Tazim leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Now it's Foden, and here's Osimhen. Pass is just off target. Halim. Selangor couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. And he was alert to it. That's put paid to the danger. Bruno Fernandes delivers.
Johor Darul Tazim clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Quality ball. Son Heung-min. Foden. Cleared without hesitation. Akanji wins the duel this time. And here's Son Heung-min. And here's Foden. Ah, such a clever touch. Can he finish?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Osimhen. There's the shot! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Team still separated by the game's only goal. Oh, he's been caught napping. Can he finish?
The attendance for this match was
that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Substitutions taking place.
Surely now! Nearly, but not quite. Van Dijk. Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Now it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Foden looking to add to his goal. And it's Robertson. Cross from Robertson. Tries a shot! And again! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Son Heung-min. Johor Darul Tazim perhaps contemplating their next change here. Camavinga. He's having a shot! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Substitution on the field. Number 77.
Selangor can
Number
now
7.
introduce the first of
Coming
their
on the
substitutes.
field, number 76. Number 42.
Line. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Oh, that's superb. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Selangor really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Selangor making further changes here and in quick succession.
Number 91. Coming on the field is number 38.
Kamavinga. Now it's Son Heung-min. And he plays one through. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. That is ended up in no man's land, and it's Messi. He's a sharp little ball here. That is a brilliant interception.
Selangor really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Now it's Foden. That's been slipped through. Oh, shooting chance! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
Tries to get it clear. Oh, good-looking ball. And now they can spring out of defence. He's on it. Can he get away? Good ball, good take. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Leading by just 1 goal and still some... He's having a pop! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Looking for a runner. Son Heung-min is onto this, and he's managed to... And the shot! And that's a sharp finish. And this is getting better and better. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
No, no way through there. Bruno Fernandes. And Alexander-Arnold. Messi.
Added minutes has been
4
indicated.
extra minutes added on. Messi is in a really good position out wide. Mbappe! Yes! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
"3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Johor Darul Tazim couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Bruno Fernandes. And we're done. Johor Darul Tazim win it. And it's a big win, and they can look back on a job well done. Messi claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Johor Darul Tazim really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.
Well, that's it from us. Thanks very much, Jim. It's a very good day to you from
And now,
both of
a
us.
moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to announce today's Man of the Match.
And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
And this is now today's lineup.
Bring it on.
Well, what a game this is, Peter. The pressure on both sets of players is tremendous, and they're both expected to win no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're contesting a title, a final, or just playing for pride. This one's always special.
Well, we're on the way. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, what more can we say, Peter, about Phil Foden? Described as so good and fundamental to his team, and some of the best brains in football have said that. He deserves it. He's got to be one of the most exciting players of his generation. What a talent.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Tries a shot! And he's done it! What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
6 minutes is number 10.
Safe to say, few of us saw this coming. Long ball looking to counter. Foden. And it's Caicedo. And here's Son Heung-min. And the shot! Goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Well, the ball was there to be hit, Peter, but wow, even so, that's never easy. Everything has to be perfect for that to come off.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited for me. Now they can go one better, possibly.
Has crossed into the middle. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Probing pass. Osimhen. He's through on. There's the shot! And it's in! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! There was to be only one outcome.
Oh, that's excellent composure, because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
Johor Darul Tazim have their lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Oh, shooting chance! That's another chance! Oh, good finish. They're level in a trice.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
Kuala Lumpur City dragged themselves back again.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Van Dijk. Oh, can he get onto this? And it's Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Looking to play him in. That's a goal kick. Nicely spread. He's got plenty of space out wide here. He is through here. Now that's a fine challenge. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Spread to the right. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's got away. Shapes to shoot! Oh, this is certainly not boring. What a great game we've got here. Almost half an hour in now. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, that's fabulous. Son Heung-min, 2 assists to his credit already. Looking for options for movement. He's found a way through. Now the delivery. Akanji tries to clear. Bruno Fernandes. Akanji. It's a really well-measured ball to Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That's an imaginative pass. And they've got a throw. It's a promising position. Messi. That has ended up in no man's land. Spread it left, in towards the back stick. And he's certainly caught him there, it's a free kick.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
He's gone for it! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Fascioli. Messi. And it's Fascioli. It's Van Dijk. Akanji. Spread out to the left. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes.
Rapid and full of intent.
Oh, great leap! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Foden. Now Son Heung-min. That's a cute ball. Thinks about the shots. Goes for a shot!
They've got to be quick to recover.
And one more try! And that signals the end of the first period. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's
So
been
it's
played
been
at
even
such
so
a frenetic
far.
pace.
Which
I'm
way will things
amazed
go in
it's,
the
it's
second
only
half?
been 45
Ours,
minutes.
of course.
I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
Well, it has been a high-octane first half, full of action, both sides with 2 goals going in at half-time.
Everyone, please welcome the 2 sides.
Kuala Lumpur City get the ball rolling in the second half. Fagioli. And here's Foden. And here's Son Heung-min. This time, surely! And that's a good finish. And they get themselves in front! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Number 9, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Bruno Fernandes. And it's Son Heung-min. He's gone for goal! Rashid.
Johor Darul Tazim can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape. That dugout has had some relief, at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Looking for the run. He's in plenty of space here. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is.
Johor Darul Tazim clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Rashid. That looks a cracking ball.
And that is well cleared.
Foot in.
Now he's running away.
Son Heung-min! And yes, it's there! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Substitution.
So the lead now is 2.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Neatly clipped into space. And he's managed to get rid.
And here's Messi. And Messi!
Well, now it's a race for the ball.
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here, because that was a magnificent save.
Caicedo.
And here's Bruno Fernandes.
That's a delicate pass.
Out of play for a goal kick.
Over to the right flank. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Messi.
Messi going face to face with his great rival. And that's going right the way across.
Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, good-looking ball.
Son Heung. Oh, good climb! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking them up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Kuala Lumpur City have opted to make another change here.
Substitution in progress.
It's starting to look like a done deal now.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
That's going wide left. Great defending, strong and determined. Drives it in. And he knocks it clear. Foden. That's destined for the flank. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Fascioli. Shoots! Oh, almost a sixth!
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
And he thumps it clear. And this is Son Heung-min. And now a sudden chance to counter. Osimhen currently being consciously targeted.
Well, he's profited handsomely already in this match, and at last their sense of danger has brought them to a possible solution.
Decent chance! Lacking in accuracy.
Oh, how about that touch, Peter? I mean, that was brilliant. He got the ball to go exactly where he wanted it. The touch was perfection, the finish imperfection.
He's a sharp little ball here, and he's picked it up out wide. Kuala Lumpur City with a corner and hardly any time left on the clock. That has been knocked clear. Johor Darul Tazim are looking to go forward now. Delivered low. Messi. Now it's Osimhen. Nicely spread. Caicedo. Oh, sweet feet.
There will be 5 minutes added
Big
time.
chance! Well, that is remarkable. Five minutes to add. Tries to pass it through. Tries to cross. Impressive jump. It's a goal. It could be a lifeline. 2 more needed. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.